closer. Meadows of our youth, 107 days, recalling it backwards. Our dreams holding us closer. Ooh, we can see so clear. Ooh, we can see so clear.
Well, 2 years ago, we stuck at the crossroad, and we were thinking how to do and what we have to do if he want to go further with his BMX. And at that moment, I realized if we are not going to choose the right way, he will stop riding BMX because we don't have any support in our country from the government, from the city, from anybody. The only support that Jaka has have is his sponsors and me. And as long as I will see that passion to the BMX, I'm going to support him. And 2 years ago, we were talking a lot about that, what to do, how to do, and our first thought was Josh.
You have a good pump, you have speed, you're just trying to do it too quick. And Jaka, remember it's like you pump and you pop, and then you do it. You wait till you're starting to flip. You remember yesterday, the third one you did, you cleared it. So it's just a matter of like, when you pump it, before you look back, pop, and then look back. Yeah. How's that feel? No.
Yeah, this is definitely a plan that we follow. Like, get loose. He has his little stretch warm-up routine, and then cruise around, just get the feel for the ramps, get the blood flowing, and then get comfortable with our bike. And from there, there's like the basic tricks that we have, where it's like he should be doing them first go, first try. And the protocol around messing up a basic trick is he has to do it 3 times in a row before he moves on to another basic trick. And then once we hit all the ramps, do all the basic tricks, then we have a focus. It'll be either the box jump, the spine ramp, or the quarter pipe, or foam pit. And so he'll pick a section he wants to focus on that day after he runs through his all-around basic tricks on all the ramps. And then we got a list of, I think, 4 to 6 tricks each section that he needs to do 5 times, not in a row, but just 5 times. And then after that, it's just whatever he's feeling. Maybe he wants to work on a new trick. Maybe he wants to do some other tricks, get him dialed in. But then there's a list of tricks that he wants to either get dialed in, or he wants to take out of the foam, put on the resi, which is the safety padded ramp, if you will. Or maybe he's doing a trick on resi that he wants to get dialed in to bring it up to his his programming for like those tricks that are on that ramp. So this is definitely a way to progress and the way to keep things dialed in and get that repetition. So in the mind, more importantly, it becomes just another trick. So there's no fear around it. There's no overanalyzing. And it just the goal is to put all the progression tricks into the basic lineup to where he's doing them first go, first try, and it's just another trick. And then can keep adding to that bag of tricks for the contest. That way we can adapt based on the ramp setup and what he wants to do that day.
So before I started working with Josh, it was just like come to the park and just send it. And now when I'm working with you, like you told me a lot of stuff, like how to visualize tricks, how to get like ready, how to be prepared for everything, what can happen and what do you have to do to get the trick done. So that helped me a lot, and especially with the foods, as you know, I've eaten poorly before I came here, but now you taught me a lot of stuff. I thought the food is not gonna be like good, but you teach me how to make it good, which I love. So yeah, it helped me a lot with my riding, and especially like with mentality of trying new stuff.
Today the sport is on the edge where you have to put together all small pieces of the mosaic if you want to be the best. And I think that Josh is the right person because of that. He knows really a lot about food, about nutrition, about mental preparation to the trick, to the contest, to everything what is connecting with the sport. And at the end, he knows really a lot about that sport. And my opinion is that he's the best and that he will do the best for my son.
And you are shades of gray, living day to day. Even when we're free, it's true. The difference is the same. The colors always change, but the song is the same now. In June, lifting us higher. We can see so clear.
I know Josh was saying pelvic-wise, you're a little bit off on one foot. And do you ride with your right foot in the front or left foot in front?
I ride like this.
Okay.
But mostly, like when I ride, it's okay. But then when I take a break, when you like sit like kind of like this, it starts hurting like my lower back.
Kind of lower back-ish?
Yeah.
So to be fair, kick both shirts off for me, please.
Okay.
Bend this knee. A little tight right there, huh? As a kid, I did Taekwondo, and then I ran track and field pretty competitively in high school, got into the state level, that type of thing. And as part of my training and part of my experience, I actually had a back injury when I was a junior in high school, when I was snowboarding, and that kind of set me back on a whole outdoor season, and I had to kind of go through the period of rehabbing and doing a bunch of things to get myself back to being able to compete. Part of that was going to a practice that was both a chiropractor and PT, and I really liked what they were doing as far as being more holistic and treating the body as like a movement standards and trying to make sure that biomechanically you're moving in a sound way to really fix the problem, and it really settled well with me. And so moving forward, when I got out of college, I started running again pretty competitively. I was doing half marathons and then got into CrossFit. And the chiropractic model of making sure the body's moving properly, making sure that things are, solidified and movement patterns are good, really settles well with me because a lot of athletes are trying to optimize performance. So by working with athletes, I get an idea of what they're trying to accomplish because I've been there myself, and then come up with plans for them that are going to make sure that they're moving properly to avoid injury. Because any injury you have as an athlete is a setback. If you're a professional athlete and you're not competing, you're not getting paid. So ideally, we need to keep that person moving and keep them performing at optimum levels to be able to do what they want to do.
So we just left seeing Dr. Matt at 909 Spine. Both of us got our backs corrected and taken care of, feeling good. Dr. Matt and I did a video a little bit, last year or so about just athletes and training, and Dr. Matt being an athlete himself, and just the importance of going to someone in the medical field that understands training and being an athlete, just like Jackie does as well. But it was really good. Got to introduce Dr. Matt with Jaka and get Jaka taken care of. Like, how do you feel?
I feel great. Like, that was so helpful. It really means a lot to me, so I feel that so much better.
Did a little bit of adjustments, some cupping, some scraping, and we're going to come in every week until Jaka heads back home and keep his body maintained. Only 14 years old, so way ahead of the game, but if we can correct these imbalances that we have from BMX bike riding of like just our stance and like things like that, muscle development, and correct those before they become issues like I have that we can't correct, he's going to feel better, he's going to have more longevity in his career and perform better and hopefully look better so he's not all like weird.
Yeah.
But sweet.
Yo! There you go, that was good. You went further that time. You gotta remember, when you're pumping this, the speed comes from the pump down. So you wanna land good, but you wanna make sure you're getting into that pump down so that way you can focus on the trick. That time you pumped it harder so you went further. It's a combination of pumping down and not pulling back. It's just trusting the flip. That was good though. You landed like right into it. You didn't land like double tire or like super nose. You landed like just right in.
So we've been planning this trip to come here way before. I was super excited, and unfortunately, I got injured. I hurt my ACL. So yeah, the trip coming here was just like get dialed in, settle in. But now to get some new tricks already in, it feels amazing. Like just the tricks I've been started doing, they're like bigger tricks. So yeah, that means real lot to me. And I never thought I'm gonna come out of this trip and do like flip whips. I just thought it's gonna be okay. Let's try get everything dialed. But like I got some new tricks. Super happy with that. So yeah.
So, what are your goals for next year and beyond when you're old enough to compete and collect points as a professional athlete?
So my goals for next year are gonna be to start competing in an amateur group and like just see how it goes. But my main goal is to compete at C events because when I'm gonna be 15, I can start getting points to compete at higher competitions, which is gonna be crazy. Like just to get points and feel good on a contest, get all my tricks done, and yeah, stuff like that.
My personal goal is to teach my son that he is responsible for all of his results, and he must do it on his own.
Through the fields of our paths, feelings part our ways, keeping us close but estranged now. Dreams